Okay, moving on with Bentley and his little journey with us. So previously we were looking at steadiness, we were looking at patience, we were looking at impulse control, we were looking at always returning to him to reward him for not moving. Then we looked at the retrieving process. Is he any good? And that quite quickly arose from looking at that. He drops the retrieve. Now, as you can appreciate, working in the field in a gun dog environment, we need the game to get back to us via the working dog as quickly, as speedily, as effectively and humanely as physically possible. Okay, because of the nature of the beast and the way that things happen, potentially it might be an injured bird. Okay, if a dog returns to us and instinctively or has got the habit to drop it before it gets to us, the birds may run off, and then obviously we find ourselves that we're not in a humane way treating that game with respect in relation to getting it on the plate or in the bag as humanely and as effectively as we possibly can. So we cannot have working gun dogs dropping what they've got in their mouth until the handler gives the command to do so, or the handler is ready to take the responsibility of that game away from the dog. And then it's down to the handler to deal with it effectively. So from puppies very, very young, I start retrieving, or it doesn't matter what breed it is, a game of fetch. I start the retrieving process with a tennis ball. The reason why I do that is because it's more fun, it's more stimulating, it's smaller, so we're not looking at weight or balance or putting a young dog off because this huge, great big dummy that it's got to can't even get its mouth around. But it rolls, it bounces, it moves. It's, you know, I know dogs don't see in the same colour as we, but it's a brighter colour for the dog's vision. It's more stimulating because, as I say, it can roll, bounce, it can skip around, which is more enjoyable for the dog to either find, chase, retrieve and bring it back to us. However, once the dog has got the skill of retrieving and got all of the steps into place, I get rid of this quite quickly, because what you'll find is the dog becomes more interested in playing with the ball because it's rolling, bouncing, moving, and he can nudge it away with his feet, etc., than picking it up and bringing it back to me. So once we've got that interest and the dog knows the game or knows how to retrieve correctly and effectively, we move on to something a little bit less stimulating. Normal, box standard, good dog training dummy, where it doesn't roll, it doesn't bounce, it goes in the end, just hits on the floor. Bentley here is a dropper. Now, what we're doing is we're trying to break that habit of him going out quite well, coming back quite well, but then he drops it about a metre away from us. Because what's actually happened is he has learnt that is what gets the game of fetch to continue. What we need to teach him is the game of fetch is only going to continue once I've got control of what's in your mouth. So we're not teaching him to drop. Okay, in pet dog scenarios, when you're playing fetch at the park, yes, you would teach a drop because you want the dog to drop it at your feet. You pick it up and then throw it again for your dog. In the gun dog world or the working dog world, it's slightly different. So I need to teach him a fresh, complete new game of fetch, which ends in this being in my hand. However, what I don't want to do is confuse him by putting too much gun dog training elements onto him. I've got to strip it right back to basics. Fetch it, strip it right back to basics. Okay, so I'm not even looking at him being steady. Come on, sweetheart, in you come, in you come. And that's what we're dealing with. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm theoretically making this new game of fetch, which I'm teaching him, more fun, more enjoyable, more rewarding. I don't care if you break. I don't care if you move. I don't care if nothing sort of gun dog related, impulse control related training techniques. We are not there yet. There is no point us continuing with the more advanced gun dog elements of training if you can't even retrieve correctly or effectively. Okay, so there it goes. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to break this habit. Come on in, mate. Good boy. And he's dropped it again. I need to intercept this dropping process. Good boy. Dead. Yes, come on in. Big, there you go. Big praise for not dropping it. Come on in, buddy. In you come. Hey, yay. I'm going to put it back in his mouth. Good lad, good lad, good lad. Dead. Good boy. Good. Good. Now, If you notice there was a little bit of tug. There it is. A little bit of tug. I'm not allowing him to pull it, but I want him to see the benefit, dead, good, there it is, of letting it go. Come on in, good boy. Yeah, tug it, tug it, tug it. Now, quite clearly, we would never encourage a gun dog to play tug of war for obvious reasons. Dead, good. But I want him to get the steps into place that the game, good boy, is, here we go, is only going to continue, good boy, when I say the word dead. And he releases that dummy to me. Here it is, good. Good boy, dead, dead, good, and off he comes, and away it goes. So it's got to be quick, it's got to be instant, it's got to be snappy to allow him to, there it is, good boy, to join the dots. There it is, giving it to him back, good, making it exciting that it's in his mouth. Tugging a little bit there, dead, dead, and release. Good boy, off it goes. Okay, so pennies are starting to drop here. Dead, here it is, good boy. Good lad, rewarding him when it's in his mouth. Physical praise when it's in his mouth. We want him to know if it's in his mouth, his whole life is going to be 1,000 times better. Come on in you, come on, come on, come on. There it is, good. Now we've gone from spitting and dropping it, dead. There. Now we've gone from spitting and dropping it to placing it near me. Good boy, no, we're back to square one, you bugger. Never mind, Rome wasn't built in a day. Here we come on in. Good lad. And we're back to square one dropping. So I'm going to go back to that tug again. Good, good. Dead. Out it goes. Now, as you can imagine, when you're dealing with a deep-rooted, good boy, no, oh, come on, a deep-rooted psychological habit like this could take a week. It could take a month. Dead. Yeah, good. This could take a week. This could take a month. You've got to just keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. Yes, yeah, so good. That's a good one. You didn't drop it. That's a good one. Dead. Good. But you notice we're not tug of warring too much. We're just teaching him life. Life can be fun, good boy, when it's in his mouth. Dead. There it is. Good. So, young Bentley, come on in, buddy. Come on in. There it is. Giving him a target. Offer him a hand so he's got something visual to put it into. Dead. Good. Young Bentley, reteaching him. Good boy. Oh! It's so frustrating when you're dealing with an element that is a psychological habit. Dead. Yes, good. It could take months. But also with him, there it is, good boy. Good lad. Dead. Also with him, we don't want him to showboat with it, because that's another one. No, you. Another one of his problems. Bentley, Bentley, come here. Bentley, Bentley, here. And it goes, good. Showboating is another one of his problems. Come on, you. Don't drop it. Yay, good boy, good lad. Good boy, good boy. Dead. Good boy, there you go. So, clearly we would not play tug of war with a trained dog, with a dog that retrieves effectively. Because what the dog will do, will get into the habit of doing that with game in its mouth. However, we've got to change the game here. We've got to change the excitement levels in the different steps of the fetching process. So in this case, a little bit of tug of war, I'm allowing him, not too much, but I'm allowing him to see fun and gains and benefit to then give it up to me by hand, in the hope that that is going to override the thought process and the habit of backdrop, backdrop, backdrop. Good boy. We'll get there. We'll get there. Go on in. One more go. Come on in, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. No. Bentley. Yes. Oh. Yes, good boy. Good. Baby steps. Chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away.